All right, everybody, we got 10-ish, as usual, minutes with Mark to my left. And across the table from us, we have Brandon, who's been on before once when we did a full-length podcast all about everyone's first guns. It was a good one. You should go back and check it out. We should actually do some more of those first guns podcasts, Mark.
Yep.
Also, next to Brandon is Erin. And Erin this is first time podcasting.
It's my very first podcast.
First time.
Yes.
So, big deal. And not just first time on the old Vortex Nation podcast, but both you guys work here. And you guys work in the department that is responsible for this awesome swag that we've got at Vortex. And it's more
I'd
than
say
just
it's apparel,
swag.
Jim.
It's more
that
than
gives
just
you swag.
I think we've evolved.
Ooh, I like
We
that.
have.
This is
We have,
New
because I
tagline.
still remember the days back when it was a big deal that Vortex would have one new T-shirt in a year. It was the one T-shirt that we had, and it was
We did it, everybody.
Yeah, we did. It was a big
we've
deal.
arrived. We're here now.
And usually, anyway, it was moderately all right. But now we're in a completely different time because you guys have been managing all this stuff, the apparel line within Vortex, and wanted you guys to speak on it a little bit, obviously in this 10-minute talk fashion. You've even brought some examples to the table, but tell us a little about Vortex Wear.
Yeah, absolutely. So Vortex Wear started up probably about a year ago is when really things came to fruition. And it was really to build an apparel line that just elevated above just caps and tees. You know, obviously that's where we were before, and we had some great stuff coming out, but we wanted to take it to that next level. And that's exactly what we did here. So it was really finding those pieces, those items in our closet that perform like a great technical piece that's going to give you, whether it's wicking, UPF protection, whatever those technologies are that you need to get outside and do your thing. We wanted to bring that into like an everyday setting. So how can you wear this to the office? How can you wear this to the work site? How can you wear this out for dinner and not look like you just breached a door before you went out to eat with, whatever. So we want to really build that up and create that kind of line. And that's what we've got here today. And that's part of what we launched this spring.
I like to breach doors, but I want to do it comfortably and casually because I don't afterwards. I don't want any questions. I don't want people
Right.
oh, hey,
Incognito.
how did it go? It's
Exactly. Big door kicker guy over here. And we all have those items in our closet because I know I have, I shouldn't say many of them. I have over my life had many of them, but right now I only have a couple where it's like my closet it's just stocked to the brim with stuff, but there's about 5 in there that I really like. And usually the best pieces of apparel are the ones that you can kind of do anything in because they're always good. They're always the wife never questions, oh, you sure you want to wear that? It's just right. And that's what I feel like you guys have gone in and developed. And this stuff isn't even it's not even the kind of thing where you can go, oh yeah, I'll go find it somewhere else with a different logo on it. I mean, you guys have done basically customized apparel throughout the whole line, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, essentially what you've got in front of you is materials and designs and everything from the ground up. I'm doing the tech packs ourselves. We've essentially built this line just like any other apparel company out there would build a line, which really affords us the ability to build in the tech that we need to. If we're going to go shed hunting this, if we're going to go shooting this, whatever we're going to do, if the shirt needs to do this, we'll just make it do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's something different than what we've kind of seen out there where it's like maybe this polo is bought from a third-party manufacturer and we'll put our logo on it and now we do apparel. Well, no, we're doing apparel.
Right.
Yeah, which
Absolutely.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, and that allows us to incorporate in some of these technologies that you guys have been finding and putting into these garments. Like the one I'm most excited about, it's the one that I talk about every single time, is stain release.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just
big
can't.
spiller guy over here.
You get to kick doors. I'm the guy who spills stuff. Thanks a lot. That's what. I guess everybody's got something they're known for. But I do get myself quite grungy quite often with things that oftentimes stain my clothing,
Sure.
and it's frustrating. But there's things in this lineup that have stain release. How does that? Does a stain come at the shirt and it bounces off, or does it? Stain release? Does it just let it go in the wash? Or
Erin, you want to elaborate?
Yeah, so the fabric is built in a way that the stains don't set into the fibers. So you spill coffee in your car or get spray paint on it, spraying a target, you can throw it in the wash and it will release the stain. It doesn't actually set.
Who was the one that actually let themselves get spray painted? Because I know you guys actually had somebody
Yes,
spray
we had
paint
someone
themselves.
test. We had someone actually test. We had several people test to make sure that it was, in fact, releasing the stains that you would get on yourself whenever. So, yeah, he was spray painting a target and got it.
Like that's unbelievable.
He made
that's
himself the target.
Yeah.
That's like an unbelievable. Like that's like next level staining though. Like that's like that's an application of like it's not like a coffee spill, which actually I do pride myself on. I carry an open top, just regular coffee cup on my way to work every day.
That's dangerous.
Absolutely
Flirt with danger.
I spill with a covered coffee cup weekly.
I think you get more splash with the cover.
Have you? I don't know. Have you spilled tomato-based items yet? Or
Not personally.
We've not done the tomato test yet, but
All right.
cooking spaghetti, like whatever, you get the splatter out of the pot, stuff like
That's
that.
a
Like
good
that's a
one.
very real
That's the
thing.
worst.
Well, we'll
you
see
know?
how this podcast goes. Maybe we'll be throwing rotten tomatoes here pretty soon.
Right. I mean, the thing is, you might look like a hot mess before you wash it,
Yeah.
but after you wash it, it's going to be brand new again.
Yeah.
good as new.
Right.
We've done a lot of outdoor tests, mud,
Fish blood.
guts, that kind of thing. And so far, so good.
I mean, those are pretty gnarly things. So for anybody that's watching, like, what's this kind of lightweight performance-y hoodie that you got here?
Yeah, so this is actually new in our Spring 21 lines. This is the Weekend Rucker. So it's a super, super lightweight. We did this one in a short sleeve, a long sleeve, and then a long sleeve hooded, both men's and women's. Really here the focus was like outdoor performance. You're going to get out, you're going to go on a pretty aggressive hike, you're going to go on something, you're going to work up sweat. So we included both the stain release technology, so again, mud, blood, whatever it is you're kind of getting into. It's going to come out, but it's also highly wicking, so it's going to keep you cool, get the moisture off your body, going to keep you more comfortable, let you stay outside longer. The other cool thing, and kind of the reason this one has the namesake it does, Weekend Rucker, is because it's antimicrobial, which basically means like you might stink, but at the end of the day, your clothes aren't going to stink. So if you've
Important distinction to me.
right,
Yeah.
exactly, you might still be pretty rough.
It's not the shirt, it's me.
It's you. But it's one of those truly where if you're doing something for the weekend and you've got minimal space to pack, I mean, you throw the hoodie, you throw a short sleeve in your bag, and you could wear this all weekend. And again, you go home and you're not ranked by the end of the day.
That is handy because I have. I mean, some fabrics are even. I think they're even more prone to trapping those things, and if they don't have that, like unbearable, like about knock you over.
And even after
it's
you wash
awful.
it sometimes.
Yeah.
Even after you wash it, or you need a
Yeah.
special detergent to kind of get that funk out and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
performance clothing, like workout clothing, that does seem to hang on to smells.
And at that
So-
point, it's just dedicated. It can never be used for anything
yeah,
else.
no.
Right.
But you guys also have some stuff too, like technology-wise, that is, the sun performance stuff. So we call it the Sun
Yeah.
Slayer, but it's got UPF protection in it, correct?
yeah, Sunslayer is the big one. So we introduced the top last year, and this year, so we brought out, we've got a new gator. So we did a Sunslayer gator. And then the one we're most proud of this year that's really cool is we did a pair of shorts. So this, again, was all about being outside, being active in the sun. So it's UPF 50 protection, which is like high level when you're looking at sun protection. 50 is kind of like the creme de la creme. But on top of that, we just did a really great stretch lightweight fabric. 8 pockets total, because everybody's got stuff they got to put in their pockets. Or
5 zippered.
Right?
Yes.
5 zippered.
5 are zippered.
Because
Oh my!
you're carrying stuff for people you might be with, whatever it might be. So reinforced belt loops, really just kind of went all out in this guy. And all the same good stuff as the Sunslayer, so antimicrobial, UPF, wicking, all that great stuff. So again, like just building apparel that's going to keep you outdoors doing the things you love longer. And to not think about it, because really, if it's comfortable and it fits, if it's clean in your closet, you're going to grab it. And that's really kind of like the benchmark that Erin and I go through when we're looking at fabrics and stuff like that. Like, would I grab this if it was clean? And if the answer is yes, yeah, we're probably onto something. And if it's like, this might sit in the closet for a while, it's time to move on. We got to look at something else.
Heck yeah. I wear these shorts for all kinds of stuff. And the thing that I like about them, too, is you mentioned it's got 8 pockets, but it also doesn't look like something that belongs in like a late 90s, early 2000s movie.
Yep.
And some like curly-headed, long-haired boy on a beach, which I really appreciate.
That was really specific.
I tell you what,
What movie did you have in mind?
that really gets my goat too, Jim. I mean, God, it's so frustrating. Those
Anyway.
early '90s movies.
But
I will say, so we're talking a lot about being active here, and a lot of these pieces, the shorts, the Weekend Rucker series, really built to move with you, like not constricting. I mean, your level of mobility is high in these. But the other cool thing, I got this Sunslayer shorts here.
I'm so stoked that we have shorts.
I know. It's like they look heavy, so they kind of have some substance to them. So it's kind of like it's like a dress. I would consider this a dress short, but
That's not a dress short, Mark.
Okay, not okay.
Those
It'd
are
be
Mark's
dressy
fancy
for me.
right.
This would be dressy for me, John.
Those are Mark's wedding shorts.
That's not a dress short.
Okay, you're taking it the wrong
You never
way.
wear, for the record, Mark never wears shorts in general. I've never seen it
I wear them
happen.
on the weekend.
Never seen it happen.
That's also where
we're gonna post a
when I
picture
wear
on
my
Instagram
weekend
of you in
rucker.
shorts.
We need
We're
proof.
gonna have
Okay.
We need proof.
It's a nice looking short to be active in, though.
It is. It would look good to the point from earlier. It would look good if then you had to go from like being out and about to having to go. If anybody ever goes back to bars, I know a lot of people
what I
are.
meant.
Or whatever. So
it's a fancy bar short.
I look forward to wearing it to many bars. But it's not. It's
not
it's dressy
for going to the bar, Jim.
Making it sound like it's going to have to be introduced by that guy who said, you're going to like the way you look.
Hopefully all this is just driving people. I guess I got to see what the hell this thing is.
Let us know whether you think this is a dress short or not.
Settle
it's
the
a
debate.
performance-y short. It doesn't have, what would make, nothing would make it a dress short.
Do dress shorts have zippers?
No, they don't have zippers.
And 8 pockets.
That is a good-looking active short.
Yes.
Anyway.
I agree.
Also for the spring, we would be remiss to not mention for all the turkey hunters out there, we got a little something for you guys too, which is those socks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've got basically every part of your body covered except for still waiting on those boxer briefs. But anyway, we've got we've got socks now. But the socks that you guys came out with this year for this spring are basically tick repellent, if you will.
Yeah.
But they're like a higher sock with do they have permethrin in them?
They do. They have permethrin. Yep. So we did kind of a over the calf kind of sock. So again, gets above boots. Keep the sock up like that. Really to kind of create that protection layer between your boots and your pants where ticks might start to climb up. And so permethrin, it's no-fly zone, which is a pretty common yarn out of the market for stuff like this. We wanted to focus on the tick aspect because as turkey hunters and just outdoorsmen and outdoors people, you encounter them. And I don't know about anybody else, but I hate ticks. Ticks are one of my least favorite things outdoors. So the further I can keep them away, the better. And,
they are one of my bugaboos. I do not like them, and I've had limes. It's terrible.
At the time,
and it's so common now.
At the time of this recording, it's March 15th. It's snowing outside, but just yesterday I was covered in ticks when I went through just a short walk.
Yeah,
really.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm curious. Do you know how long does something like that stay tick repellent? How many times can you wash those socks?
Yeah. So right now the testing shows that you can get about 70 washes and still be about 90% efficient.
And what's the makeup of the sock? You said it's no fly or.
Yep. So no-fly zone is kind of the proprietary yarn on it, but it's primarily a merino acrylic poly base.
Okay.
So you kind of get a lot of things there. You get the great hand from the merino, which everybody loves. It's just a really soft, comfortable sock. Mm-hmm. But acrylic, poly are synthetic, but they wick really well. So you're getting this really great natural wicking ability from the synthetic yarns, but the great hand of the merino. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. Plus we did, reinforced toe seams, cushioned heel and toe. So again, it's those areas that if it's a hunt sock and you're on your feet a lot, those areas that you just want to protect and really kind of give a little extra love.
Mm-hmm. I wore an early set of those. And
you did.
Loved them.
Last spring.
Yeah.
You were our official field tester. That was the first program that we actually field tested when we launched the apparel line. So thank you for being a pioneer.
I did it.
Wow.
I put them on one sock at a time. I did it.
But yeah, and obviously Vortex being an optics company, again, it's kind of always been our first thing and our primary thing. But I tell you one thing. I'm not going to say you never can, but pretty much every time you use optics, you're going to be wearing clothes. And if there's a few things we like here at Vortex, it's it's guns, it's hunting, it's optics, it's all that good stuff that goes along with those things. Good food, and you got to usually generally be clothed for it. I mean, as much as we all wish we could just hang out without having to be burdened by clothing all the time. I don't know if maybe everybody really wishes that. But.
No, I think it's more of a burden if other people weren't.
No, but anyways, you might as well be comfortable and look good while you're doing it. And yeah, this for the hunter and shooter, I feel like there hasn't been a whole lot out there that is designed for the middle ground between, like you guys said earlier, Erin and Brandon, your super comfort level, just hanging around stuff, and then your really performance-y stuff. In the middle, finding, and I think it's probably not a lot of people doing it because it's really hard to do, but you guys took on the challenge, and you've been coming up with some pretty sweet stuff. Stuff that's worth, if you're listening to this, And you just wish that your closet wasn't full of a bunch of trash with like 3 good items, and it was only full of just good stuff that you actually like wearing, then you should go check out the Vortex website and go to the gear section.
If you need a new set of dress shorts.
They're not dress. All right, seriously. I mean it.
They're not. They're not. I agree.
If you're watching on YouTube,
I just said that to
or if you're listening,
just put that together right there. Look at that.
Right there. That's not a dress.
That's your outdoor outfit right there.
Yeah.
You're done. You're ready to go do whatever. It's fit for everywhere.
Comment on YouTube or on Instagram at Vortex Nation Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. I really mean it this time. Let's all prove Mark wrong.
I guarantee those are probably going to be the only shorts that I wear. Well, I'll probably have like 3 sets of them, but
there's 2 colors.
That will be my
picture of you in shorts. I've never seen
my
it
summer
happen,
wardrobe
ever.
It's
never.
on it's the weekend. I don't wear shorts to work. I don't know. I've got a personal policy.
All right. Well, you heard it here, everybody. Erin and Brandon, thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
Erin
guys.
did
Thanks
great.
for
The
having
headset,
us.
You rock the headset real nice.
I want to keep these. They're the best.
You sound great. I'm honored.
Voice is coming
I'm stoked
through
that you're here.
loud and clear. All right. Cool. Well, we'll catch everybody on the next one. Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.